Yay Media Group.
We're going to start with this. Okay. This is exciting.
All right.
I don't know. I just really like this content. Okay. Is that always the worst part?
Please let that do not edit that out of the podcast. Corinne acting like she's got to get rid of a grenade.
And I didn't even turn it on.
Keep all this in.
Can I go? No.
Why isn't it working? It's not starting.
There, it's
There it
starting
is.
now.
Yeah, okay.
You got to push that button.
Yeah, you also press it like an old lady in the 80s. The clicker isn't working, Ted.
Welcome to My Safe Word is More with your hosts from Survivor and Amazing Race, Corinne Kaplan, stand-up comedian Al Jackson. I'm Chris, your producer, and this is a very special episode of My Safe Word is More.
Yes, Chris, it is special because we are calling this my dating farewell tour episode.
Oh, all right.
So, oh my God, I'm getting taps.
Yeah.
Yeah, my love life is dead. It has been dead for a while. So here to recap what we talked about last episode is that it was my birthday. On my birthday every year, I make some changes. So one of the changes I'm making, and I will explain why.
Is to stop interacting with the opposite sex.
No, I will interact, but I have to get off the dating apps. And this is why. And it's very sad, okay? It is. When I was turning 35, I decided that was a bad cutoff age for men. Like I wasn't going to find any men at 35. So I went into Facebook and I changed my age by 1 year to make myself 34 so that I wouldn't hit that cutoff. I've been on the apps for 10 years and I was able to continue acting like I was a year younger than I was.
Just a year.
1 year, which is a quite awkward conversation when you have to actually eventually have it, when the person's like, yeah, but you're, this old and you were born in this, and you're like, no, by 1 year it's wrong. Like, sorry, I lied about that. 1 year, big deal.
Why don't you say you messed up rather than you lied about it?
Because anybody who says that is lying. I obviously intentionally made myself 1 year younger, which was, I thought I was going to meet somebody that year. It was my first year on the dating app.
Very optimistic
I
year.
didn't know I needed 10 years. So basically what happened is that I was still claiming, I'm going to give my real age, which I hate doing, but it is Googleable. I turned 46, but on the app, I was still operating as 44, turning 45, 45 being the cutoff. I don't want the dirt. I don't want anybody that's looking for women 45 and older.
When you turn 45, does it automatically just turn into a LinkedIn profile?
So I just decided it's too depressing. It's too depressing to swipe through guys that are like, I'll take a woman who's 45. Ew.
What's wrong
Wow.
with that?
Ew. Just put me out to pasture. I know I'm too old. I look, hopefully I look good for my age. Most people my age don't. So the fact that you're accepting of 45-year-old women.
So why don't you want to go into that weight class and dominate?
I'm only gonna match with like 65-year-old men. It's just gonna be so sad. So I just can't do it. I can't do it to myself. So I decided I'm going to have one last hurrah. I'm gonna go through, I like power went through like my Bumble because I have 4,000 likes that are sitting there, because I've been on it forever. And I guess whatever, I accumulated 4,000 people. So I was like, well, let me just get my fill and try and like swipe through a bunch of people. So I'm just going to give you some highlights of why I should get off this app. So let's do the first one.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Now, this poor fool. So this guy, a little background, he is 40, and it said that he was the GM of a restaurant. Now, traditionally, I am not interested in the GM of a restaurant, but I started to be like, well, first of all, he was 6'6", so I was like, okay, that's something. And then I thought, well, what if it's a Michelin star restaurant? What if I'm just universally saying no to these GMs of restaurants when my best friend is the GM of, well, she owns it, but Bigsby's Folly Winery, right? Like, there are people that are normal, but they generally don't skew towards GMs of restaurants because their hours suck, they're poor. That's pretty much it. The
wow,
poor
that's
part.
a great sales job. I was waiting for the third adjective. I mean,
I can't think of one.
I just thought,
And I don't care about food, so I don't want you bringing home food from your stupid restaurant.
you are a crazy person. That's the first thing I'd be like. I would be balancing that. If she hit me, I would still be like, yeah, but that linguine every Thursday.
No, don't bring anything home. So I decide, you know what? I'm going to give this guy a chance. I'm going to give him a chance. Now remember, my problem was the job. So he started out where he said, "Hello there." And then I said, "The angel from my nightmares." Because it's the beginning to I Miss You by Blink-182.
Of course no one knew that.
And I thought to myself, well, you either get it or you don't. I got it. And also I got to send it one of my favorite Blink-182 How Tom Flirts accounts.
Are you just doing
reposted
all
it.
this because your farewell tour, so you want to address people how you want to?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
care. Yeah. So he wrote, that was a perfect response. He got it. So I was like, hell to the yeah. Maybe this is like my dude.
Did he say we play it all the time at the Olive Garden?
So I said, how's your weekend going? He said, good morning. My weekend was nice. Nothing too wild and crazy. I played some music downtown and pretty much took the rest of the weekend to kick back and relax. And I was like, and he said, forgive me for being bold here, but you are outrageously pretty. And I was like, yes, I am. No, I didn't say that. I said, where do you play music downtown? Maybe I can come watch sometime. I'm assuming by play music, you don't mean DJ, because if so, disregard the former message. And he said, no, I'm not a DJ. I'm a solo acoustic performer. I'd love it if you came out to see me.
That's better than a DJ?
I would never see a DJ. Ew.
As opposed to somebody with a pan flute?
Well, hold on. I was thinking this is a guy who in his, like, look, my hobby is podcasting, right? You don't know, maybe I suck at it. Maybe I do suck at it. But like, I like doing it, right? And I don't get paid this way. It's my hobby. Obviously, I'd like this to be more than a hobby, but nevertheless, you assume this guy is telling me.
That sounded like a conversation that happens in your head.
I know. So anyways, this guy I thought was telling me that like he goes and plays guitar maybe at like open mic nights or something, like whatever. He likes to play the guitar. That's kind of cute. I don't mind that. I would mind if he was DJing at a house party. But so he said,
yeah, because that would be fun.
he
That's
goes,
what Al does.
Yeah, that's literally what I do.
Yeah, you've DJ'd people's weddings.
Yeah.
I don't want to, I would not, real estate, yoga teacher, DJ, 3 jobs I do not fuck with. Anyway, so he says, I play at this particular place. We're going to call it Social Party Time.
Okay.
I play at Social Party Time in the Highlands pretty much every week. So I was like, holy shit, I live walking distance from that place. I do. And I have gone to brunch there many times. I have taken business meetings there. I have never heard anyone play music there, for sure. And also, that would be like, do you play music or do you set up in front, open a guitar case, and people can like throw dollar bills in on the way in? You know what I
No.
mean? Like, it's really.
I played music there until I'm removed by the police.
Right. Like, it's like a very bizarre thing to say. I'm trying to think of something that everyone would get, but like, it's just not a place that's ever had live music. And I live like next door to it. So I was like, okay, maybe I just haven't been there on a Saturday night. So I was like, wow, color me interested. I could walk there. I said I had no idea. And he said, oh, I'm there every Saturday and a few extra days in between. And I'm like,
You
all.
would have seen him?
well, it's just, no, it's a lot of time for your hobby. So I said, well, what do you do for work? Because I assume that doesn't pay the bills.
Jesus, you
yelled
said
at him.
that?
Yeah. And he said, well, music is paying my bills for the time being. And I said, oh, I guess good for you.
That's what anybody living day to day would say for the time
And so
being.
he goes, but I'm looking to pick up a new day job. So I'm like, great, day job, maybe not GM of restaurant. I'm interviewing for a job at Starbucks tomorrow, actually. But I'm really focused on owning my own restaurant.
Oh.
So let's just unpack where we're at right now. He said in his profile he's a GM of a restaurant. 'Tis not. He is playing acoustic guitar for tips at a place that does not have any kind of live music.
And but he's not a
And
GM.
he's interviewing for a job at Starbucks. The GM thing, that just wasn't spoken about. That's just like what his profile says. And so I said, well, I said something about my friend that owns Bigsby's. I said, it seems fun at times, but it's a really hard job. And he said, well, I'm just looking to be a supervisor for a while as we get our restaurant closer to a reality. So I'm like, okay, he's interviewing to be a supervisor at a Starbucks. I realize I'm degrading a lot of people by saying this. I don't want to date a supervisor from Starbucks. I don't even drink Starbucks.
Why not?
Don't make me say it.
Okay. I mean, Great Benny's.
Really? What? They have the key code to the bathroom?
No, they got, first of all, no more open bathroom policies, so they're not going to become home mad every day. And, like, they got full health benefits, decaf. I don't know what else to
I mean,
say.
I fucking hate Starbucks. I'm not a coffee drinker, and I am somebody who hoards Splenda, and they no longer leave the Splenda out, which pisses me off.
Yes.
So anyways, I'm not into
No
Starbucks.
correlation.
I'm not dating a guitar player at party, good time, fun, social place. And I'm not dating a Starbucks. He doesn't even have the job yet. He's interviewing.
That's what I felt we skipped over. It's
He doesn't have
insane.
the job.
I got my fingers crossed for him.
I mean, what is that interview? Are there other candidates? How hard is it to get this job? I mean, don't you
He
just
is an
walk in and
optimist.
go, I went to University of Colorado. I think I could have
I
this
think
job.
all jobs are hard to get.
All right.
To open your own restaurant, there are documentaries about people that
Okay.
have run restaurants.
So that's the other thing we have to unpack. He's saying that he gets his restaurant closer to reality. So of course I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go in on this.
You have to.
I go, what type of food will you serve and where will you be located? And he said, fresh made deli sandwiches, specialty pizzas, and ballpark favorites. So not a Michelin star. So I go, original.
Huh.
And he goes,
What are our ballpark favorites? But hot dogs,
Yeah.
it's not somewhere I would
and a
eat.
pretzel,
So then he goes,
cheese.
it's a baseball themed sports neighborhood eatery.
Oh. All right. It's very niche.
Not many of those in Denver by the ballpark.
Your girlfriend worked the Rockies. I don't even go eat at the Rockies stadium, an actual ballpark.
And they have good food there. They also have, they're surrounded by what are called 1,000 of those places.
Yes,
That I would say that that's all that's there.
the only thing, you guys, we live near a place called, they call it Lodo. It stands for Lower Downtown. And it is literally exclusively this. So I go, well, everyone loves those. And he said, it's going to be great. It's the dream. And I said, where will you aim to put it? And he said, in a building that I can afford. And I said, right, in a walkable area, somewhere downtown, near the ballpark, or elsewhere.
The police have suggested women don't find that walkable.
So first he just writes back, yes.
Oh.
And so I don't respond. And then he realizes he better come up with something else.
Yeah.
So he says, to sincerely answer, location is very much dependent on opportunity, availability, and convenience. Of course.
Oh, convenience.
He said, we have one spot in mind in the northern suburbs, but I'm not at liberty to divulge anything more.
Northern suburbs.
Yeah.
And you guys, that's nowhere near a fucking stadium or a walkable area.
Nowhere near.
So who's getting in their car and driving like anywhere between 8 to 15 minutes to get a ballpark, Frank,
Right.
in a baseball themed? This also, where did you let children in?
Yeah, it's like normally this
Oh my
food
God.
is made by kids whose moms work third shift.
Yeah.
Like, what do you, these are like heat up. Yeah, we got Lunchables.
He goes, I said, well, good luck. It's a hard business, but someone's got to feed drunk sports fans. Why not you? And he said, it is a hard business, but I love the business. And I'm like, but you're not in the business. You don't have any hope.
Doesn't matter. He is, in his mind, he is.
Oh my God, you guys.
And that is the sadness that I walk around with is
And that's what the dating app looks like.
3 successful people, and we will never have the confidence that he walks around with. There is no way
It's delusion.
in hell. I know, Chris, but they get to walk around in it all. It's why smart people take drugs, because they want to be, oh, everything's great and the colors are brighter. But they just walk around in that, like, yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
My restaurant is, and you're like, but what about building codes? And he's like, we'll take care of it. And you're like, no, that's not how. But he'll never.
I don't
I'm
know
so jealous.
how you would afford any building. I mean,
No, one that's convenient. Not any building, Corinne. One that's of
but on what salary?
convenient.
On your future Starbucks salary?
Yeah, we'll give you this building, 4
care.
floors for $150 a month rent. It's not convenient. I'd take 2 buses and a train. Yeah, it's like there's a lot of criteria for his imaginary restaurant in the sky.
He could put it in like a
How
10.
old is this guy?
Oh,
I meant to
40.
ask. Okay.
Yeah, so old enough.
I mean,
Anyways, okay, we have to take a break, and then I'm gonna come back because that's Hinge. Now we're gonna get a farewell for Bumble. Okay, guys, so farewell tour rolling through town. Now we're going to Bumble. I matched with this guy who, honestly, I thought he was very attractive, 6'4", age appropriate in that he was like a year or two younger than me, and his profile was extremely well written. Like he had spent a lot of time filling it out, which is a key indicator of someone who has never been on Bumble before. Because once you're jaded and you've been on Bumble, you're like, 6'4", what's up? Like you don't bother with
Right.
all the other niceties.
Yes.
So I'm not going to bore you with that because the profile is boring, but there was a lot in it. Like he spent paragraphs, like more time than I've ever seen a human being spend on a profile.
Did it raise your eyebrow like this might not be legit?
No, I knew immediately he's coming off a divorce. Like it's so clear that he's new to the market. It's just obvious. He didn't say that in the paragraphs, but it's obvious. So so to remind anyone who doesn't use Bumble, this is how it works. If I swipe right and he also swipes right, it opens up a chat function. At that point, I have to message him within 24 hours. He has to message me back within 24 hours. And that's how Bumble works. So the reason that's important is that I swiped yes on him. Then maybe a day or two later, he must have swiped yes on me. And then it opened up the match. I only have 24 hours. This is key. So there's only 24 hours for me to make a move or else it disappears. So I do. I say, hi, Jason. I appreciate the time you put into creating your profile. I'd love to learn more about you, maybe over a drink sometime. Now,
Did he say read chapter 3 that I wrote?
so now remember, this is only 24 hours has passed. He has to respond. He responds within maybe 3 hours. So the total time in which it took, he swiped yes on my profile and I messaged him and he messaged me back we're talking 27 hours at most. This is what he messaged me. Corinne.
Yes.
Terrible start. I think you are beautiful and would love to get to know you more. But I just hit it off with a very lovely lady. I would like to give her the respect of my time right now. You never know how these things will go, but I wanted to let you know instead of ignoring. I hate that or chatting and ghosting. Okay, here's what happened. This guy, he's so invested in the woman he met 24 hours ago, was swiping online and then decided he wants to be a hero. You know what he's doing? He's keeping me on ice, right? Because things might not work out. You don't get credit for that. You get credit if you just liked this person so much that you didn't open the app for a day and never saw my like.
Or deleted the app. If you were like, this is the one, you'd be like right in front of him. Hey, baby, I'm deleting the app for you.
I was enraged, fully enraged. And the only reason I haven't responded yet, because I'm going to respond with some vitriol, is because I wanted to be able to read this to you guys. And I felt like I was so angry. I hit Franny, my best friend from Survivor, who's also a dating coach. And I sent her this and I was like, this is fucking bullshit. I said, I matched this guy on Bumble. I sent him a first message, explained this to her, right? And so she wrote back, oh, yeah, he should just turn off his profile if it's that serious. And I said, right? Why are you checking the fucking app and responding to people? And she goes, he's not a serious person. So
Right.
He
Franny,
might just not know yet. He met someone, he likes her, but he doesn't know
But
yet.
why is he back on the app?
no, but don't
Because he doesn't know yet.
But you don't know. Then meet me and find out. Maybe I could have a shot at the title. Why are you sending this message?
I don't know.
No,
He's being
don't
sort
send
of
that.
honest.
If you're listening and you're somebody that does that, don't do that.
I'm team Corinne on this one because if you're like, yo,
bullshit.
I met this girl, Corinne, holy shit. If I'm focused on like, I can't believe she liked me back, I'm not going to also then go back on the app and like talk to other random women and be like, yo, what am I going to do? Corinne, oh, she said she's already been here. I'm going to take her to this restaurant. No, it's new. I'm going through all these things to entertain this woman that I met. I wouldn't then say, I got this woman. I like her so much. I'm going to tell other women to fuck off. But I'm going to go find those women.
To tell them
like
personally.
Them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I
There's
owe
no
no
reason.
responsibility to them.
No reason.
If you guys had been on 3 dates, that would have made sense.
Of course. It's
Right.
not ghosting if we've never met. You don't have to swipe yes on me.
Yeah.
I had no idea you existed. It's
Everyone's
fine.
ghosted everyone that they
Yeah.
haven't met.
Yeah.
That's
He wanted to keep the possibility.
Oh, fuck that guy.
yeah. I think it's to keep it on ice, which I didn't even realize.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
You don't get any kind of fucking hero status for that.
And in 6 months he comes back. Good news.
Yeah.
I know you're still single, and guess what?
Okay, so this is another one that I really liked. So this guy, he was a good-looking guy, good job, blah blah. His bio says opens with dad to 3 doggies and 3 kitties. If you're keeping score at home, that's 6
Yes.
animals. That's a fucking small shelter.
That's called the full Ace Ventura. You just have every
And
pet.
I swear to God, I say all the time how I don't want kids, and then someone will go and show me something that's worse. If you have a kid and you're divorced and I have to deal with the fact that you have a kid, at least that kid, the custody is 50-50. Where are we putting 6 fucking animals?
Yeah.
Where
you
are we
know
boarding
at least 2
6
of them are
animals?
in the bed.
Then he goes on to say, I enjoy to travel. He said that wrong. Cook, eat, play board games, watch movies, blah, blah, blah. Haven't dated in a long time, married and divorced. I guess he got custody of, let's hope, all the animals. I hope there weren't
Yes.
12 total. So I'm figuring things out. Need a vacation or a road trip? Does the road trip mean he brings the dogs and the cats?
Yes, because they can't.
And a board game.
Yeah, we can pull over and
I
watch
can
as the
smell this
sun
guy's
goes
home
down.
from here.
Oh yeah, you know that shit smells like old hay and litter.
Why do you have so many animals? Why?
It's a huge, just one animal.
6
It's
is
a huge anchor.
holy shit.
There's no like we're road trips. Like that's the thing that like people that get a lot of animals, they still want that life. They want the drop top rent Thelma and Louise moments where they're just like me and my best friend driving down Route 66. You have a half a petting zoo
Yeah.
at your crib.
Noah's Ark over
you
here.
can't do. You could probably leave for 6 hours.
Well, and when you come back, there's fucking fur everywhere.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. Wait, I have a question.
yeah.
Obviously the number of animals is an issue, so I want to throw a tough question at you. We're going to do some ratios. Would you rather a 14-year-old kid or 3 dogs?
Oh my God, I thought you were asking if I would date a 14-year-old kid.
Is he tall?
Yeah. If you're saying only 3 dogs,
3 dogs or a 14-year-old?
is one of the dogs 14?
The dogs are all 6, so they're halfway.
I'll go 3 dogs over a 14. Well, 14 to 18 is only 4 years. Ugh. I'm also very anti-cats. Like,
Were you just doing death math?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Shit. That's a hard one.
Yeah.
If you said 3 cats or a 14-year-old, 14-year-old.
Over 3 cats?
Yeah, cats are disgusting.
But cats, you can at least leave. You can leave cats overnight. You can't leave. The dogs will bark the shit out of their neighbors. They're going to shit and chew everything because they're pissed. Dogs keep you anchored. And if it's like, oh, we're going to go away this weekend to Vegas, I want to do this for you, we're going to board the dogs. It's going to be $2,900.
I know it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge responsibility
I
now.
mean, okay, the dogs, here's a follow-up question. Are the dogs fucking Shih Tzus or are they St. Bernards?
They're just like, these are 40-pound dogs.
No,
but you,
no.
The Shih Tzus are barkers.
I've had Shih Tzus that weren't, well, the big ones are barkers too. I hate those fucking mutt-looking dogs.
Yeah.
The ones where you can't tell
You
they're
mean
fucking
dogs?
like the ones that you're like, oh, what's your pedigree? Oh, let me get one of those tests. Oh God, you're 75 different things, you trash piece of fucking dog.
Wow.
I hate that. Get a purebred or don't do
Yes,
it.
You're a walking picture of a gangbang.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The trauma.
Gee.
No. Okay, here's another Bumble that I thought you guys might enjoy. Lucas, good-looking guy, 47. He wrote the stupidest thing. He complimented my profile, but the compliment plays into the interesting thing. He said, "Your smile makes me feel safe."
Ugh.
That comment
Oh,
was a real
like,
panty dryer.
Oh.
Now,
You
that
can hear
being-
the labia slam shut.
Yeah. My hymen just grew back.
Mm.
But here's the crazy part.
Ugh.
His profile, now remember, my smile makes him feel safe. Which it shouldn't.
Yeah, I know.
Here's what he wrote. I'm a silly, sweet, and smart man who loves irony and the Oxford comma. That's fine.
Oh.
Okay, he's obviously a loser, but nevertheless, here's where it takes a turn. I'm in a sad marriage, looking for a friend or a passionate secret love affair, potentially something long-term if the connection is right. I'm only trying this out for a week. Warning label, IQ 98th percentile, ADHD, ASD. I know we discussed, what was that? ASD.
ASD? I was looking up Oxford.
A single dad? No.
Yeah, I think that is a single dad.
Autistic
Wait, he can't.
spectrum disorder.
Oh my God, you should have known
Oh,
that.
I know, right?
A single dad was a good guess, though.
Yeah, it was.
Big heart. So you guys, my smile makes him feel safe because he feels like I won't tell his wife,
Yes.
which oddly is something I'm known for.
You should have him talk to the boyfriend you cold cocked. I
know, but
smiled right before I knocked his jaw off the.
But I sure did keep the secrets of the married men I dated. So
I mean, so it is a good.
he's not totally wrong.
Yeah, see, maybe
Mhm.
he should feel safe.
Safe.
Yeah.
And you're fine with a married man.
I mean, yeah.
I saw that picture and it was just his torso. It was very strange. Like she put her phone down and I just saw It was
Yeah.
like the last thing you visualize after you've been punched in a country and western bar, just like you see a belt and
Yeah,
like the
and
lower half of a
stars.
t-shirt.
Mhm.
Yeah, like it was very weird shot.
Yes. Okay, I am gonna get
Was
us
that his only
into.
photo?
Well, no, it wasn't his only.
What does
photo.
a married man post like for photos?
Oh, he put his so this is the thing. He put all of it out there, and I videoed like I did a screen recording of it, and I sent it to one of my best friends who lives in Seattle because I was like, she goes, you have to post this on Are We Dating the Same Guy? That's the whole purpose of the website is
Yeah.
like for somebody whose married motherfucking husband is out in these streets to find out that he's doing that, and like that's what you have to do. He didn't do the thing where he blocked his face. You can see his face,
That's great.
and I was
98th
like,
percentile.
I ain't no snitch.
That's hey.
I didn't do
That's why
it.
you're a
And
good
she was
one.
like, yeah, I'm like, somebody else can do it. Like, I'm sure someone else will see this and post it.
I'm sure it's already been done.
We're gonna take a break, but I have a really good Go Naked that is on brand with this that I'm gonna share with you guys. So
Bye, Bumble. You'll be missed.
later. Okay, so this Go Naked, and I want to thank all of you, you know who you are, who send me in. I mean, Sonia, Amy, everybody sends me, Eliza. They all send me the Go Nakeds because there's so many posts, it's hard for me to keep up. And then once in a while, there'll be a post that is so incredible that I get it texted to me multiple different people. And this is one of those.
Oh, this is a big one.
And I wanted to make this episode sort of dating centric. So here we go. Okay, I need some advice. I've been dating this guy for a few months now, and he's wonderful. I want you to remember that she said that he's wonderful. I have never been treated the way he treats me, and I honestly could not be happier with him. But there's a huge issue. He has horrible hygiene. He showers every day, but I have watched him wear dirty clothes days in a row after he showers. He will wear random dirty clothes he finds, and he will smell. I've also watched him go a few days without brushing his teeth.
Oh.
The worst part is he dips.
Oh.
It's a lot. You guys, I know it's a lot. It's a lot. I only started to notice this about 2 months ago. I have so much. Why did you only notice it 2 months ago? Since I just started staying the night with him. Someone please give me some advice on how to tell him without sounding like an asshole. I love him. I just don't want to hurt him.
Yeah, get COVID and lose your sense of smell.
You know what? Throw the whole man out. I'm sorry if you can't brush your teeth regularly. And I don't understand why sleeping over. Didn't you notice his breath and his stank clothes before you started sleeping over and realizing he had no hygiene? What is this? What is any of this? No, no, no. You don't open with, I met a wonderful guy who treats me really well. He don't care about his own fucking teeth?
Yeah.
His own toofuses?
Or just
Yeah.
tell him.
No, Chris. No,
Yes.
not at this point.
I would
because,
guess.
bro, because if you have to, if we went to dinner and you had to tell me to use utensils, would you want to have to tell me that, or would you just block my number? That is so. This is beyond baseline.
I agree.
This is past baseline.
The idea of like Christmas is coming up. I'm going to get him a Sonicare. So what? He's not going to use it. You know?
No, it's not. That's not what's
Andy
holding this
dips.
back. Yeah,
Dips.
Can you? Okay, here's the
This
big
is
question I
fucking
want to ask
vile.
both of you guys. What's the biggest problem region? You got mouth with dip, morning
Crotch.
breath. Don't forget that fucking sack, because that ball
Ew.
yank can kill a fucking gator.
But he showers.
yeah,
but
but
he puts on the same underwear.
yeah, or the pits, which
Ugh.
have pit shirt
Oh.
stank.
Oh my
and
God.
under.
All right.
I'm just. This is a real person.
You know, this guy would probably date a 46-year-old. This is who's out there.
What's the worst area? What's your problem area?
I would never have gotten past the mouth.
The mouth is
The
bad.
mouth is a huge problem. I notoriously dated a guy who I thought smelled like an Isle of Petco, and it was because he drank coffee all the time. And so he had like a coffee essence, which I determined was the issue.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I was like, it was like such a non-starter for me.
Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, it's all bad. I mean, everything's just bad, 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 bad.
Yeah.
The breath, the mouth.
I think
the
that
dip.
I
The
think
fucking-
that I think that sack would be
Good
rough.
Lord.
I think
Yeah.
that's especially in
Although if I
Louisiana.
really liked a guy, I would
Yeah,
first say, I'd be like, listen, I really like you and
I
stuff,
think-
but
no.
I'm having an issue
No.
with you wearing dirty clothes and the whole not brushing the teeth while you dip thing. Can you do something about that?
I mean, the other thing is my first thought
Again,
really.
communication.
Well, so I'm with Al. I would just throw the whole man out. But my first thought is your family doesn't like you. You don't have friends because no one you've come across in life so far has been like, you stink.
Yeah, he doesn't have friends because you can't take your stank homeboy anywhere because it might be like, who brought this stankin'
Yeah.
motherfucker to the party? And now you are implicated by proxy. So he does not have friends
No.
because he would hate on his friend just from the stink lines coming off him.
Also, I'm going to go ahead and assume, just because I know this page very well, this is probably a very overweight motherfucker. This is not if you're imagining a fit man, that's not what's happening.
This
here.
is in Louisiana.
This is in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
All right. Well, now we're going to take it over to a page I never thought I'd read this on because you guys, I have reviewed this on prior episodes. There's this cousin fucking thing that started happening recently. I don't know if it
think
has
it's
to do
so
with the
recent.
Trump administration, but all of a sudden it's come across my plate more times than it ever has before. This is not Go Naked where you would expect it. This is Are We Dating the Same Guy? Denver.
yeah.
All right. So she says, need to vent. Excuse me. Caught my husband and his first cousin having very inappropriate text conversations. She has screenshots of the text conversations and holy shit.
Oh.
There's multiple issues here.
Well, he knows her on several levels.
husband.
Remember when you were 6 when we went roller skating? Yeah. Yeah, Jesus.
So I'd have to go back to figure out who's the green, who's the gray.
Take
but I don't
your
think it matters.
time. I'm
Okay,
all into
hold
this.
Hold on.
Yeah, we are not in a rush. Holy.
Okay. All right. I don't know, but I'm going to start reading it. Okay. Happiness. I love you so much. And in all honesty, thinking about it, I think it's kind of hot. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't have said any of that. I hope I didn't cross any lines. And then the girl says, I do, but since the thing with you guys are working, I had to put those feels away. I love how close we are and always will be, but I have a hard time thinking about things like that since you guys are together, you know?
Oh.
This is her husband and his first cousin.
I will say this: if you're gonna cheat, first cousin, because wife will never expect it.
I mean, this
Never
one did.
expect it. Yeah.
It'd be a shocker.
Yeah. It certainly would.
So what's crazy is that the amount of people that are writing in, and this is not Go Naked, this is a Denver-based group. So this person wrote in, my cousin's husband cheated on their entire marriage with his first cousin. Then he divorced my cousin about 18 years and moved in with his first cousin a few years back. This shit happens. It's so wrong.
Wait, he did 2 straight cousins?
No.
Same cousin, I guess.
Oh.
Sorry, these people don't use good grammar. So this one says, my boyfriend's dad has a child from his mom's sister. It's possible. People are terrible.
Yeah, see, this kind of grammar is why we don't want people to fuck their cousins.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. This person said, girl, legit been there before. My ex cheated on me with his first cousin, got her pregnant, and now they're married. You're not supposed to go to the family reunion to pick up chicks. I'm really sorry you're dealing with it. I'd say walk away as soon as you can. Good luck.
Wait, so if you knock up your first cousin...
It's not some genetic confusion there.
Yeah, but what is that? Your nephew and your son?
Yeah.
Is that it?
No, it'd be like your second cousin and your son.
Your nephew.
Yeah. Well, and then this girl, this is a great point. She said, if you can't trust your husband around his family, who can you trust him around?
Excellent.
That's a very fair point.
Yeah. And then this person said something that is the first thing I thought when I read this, but it turns out that because I had to read all the comments, I didn't screenshot everything, but she does verify this is the cousin. This person wrote in, are you sure it's his cousin? Have you met her? Men make up shit all the time to be able to text another female. So one of my married exes, I was in his phone as his guy best friend's name. And because I'd call all the time, he'd be like, oh, it's Chris. I gotta go take this. And like, that's what my name was in his phone. So people, like my first thought was, oh, the person is not his first cousin.
But is he talking to his cousin the way he would talk to you? Like, I can't wait to see you either, Chris.
No, I'm saying he's cheating with somebody, but he just put it in his phone as his first cousin, thinking she'd never look at those messages because who cares what you're saying to your first cousin.
Right. But
that wasn't the case.
That's not the case.
It was not the
Fellas, what do you think? You're the first one to put dominoes in your phone? Dumb fuck. They know. They read every conversation because they want to put your entire life into context. They want to know what you're telling your best friend. They want to know what you're saying to your boss. Were you really sick 3 Thursdays ago? They read every single, even the ones to your landlord, because they're looking and they're going to find it. Stop trying. You're going to get caught.
Well, and there you have it. Well, that's going to round out.
I wonder how I know all that.
I know, right?
Okay, that hits close to home.
Oh,
everywhere else.
Very
yes. Woo-wee.
Specific. So this is my farewell tour. It's been a nice 10-year run I've had on Bumble and Hinge. But this is going to do it for me. So you will hear lots of stories of, I guess, me meeting people in the wild, but you will no longer be hearing.
I feel like you should have gotten a bigger send off. My mom, who traveled for her whole life, said when a couple times she'd be sitting next to triple diamond flyers, and when they go over 10 million miles or 5 million, when you land, they make an announcement. And the pilot comes back. Maybe he comes back and like has champagne with you. It's like a weird thing. It happened in that movie Up in the Air.
Great movie.
Yeah. And so like I feel like Bumble should do that. I feel like the staff should come out. And
I mean, they're gonna. I mean, I am one of their staples.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've been there from the beginning.
All right, well, my question for Al is, do you think she's really going to commit to this, leaving the apps forever? Or do you think it'll end up being just a break?
I think it'll definitely be a break. Because, look, we're talking to one Corinne, and me and Corinne is like, let me just fire up the old girl one more time.
No, so I would have to get on an app that lets me choose my age. You see, the problem is I don't have a choice. I'm not going to be aged out of my market in the way that I will be on these two. They pull from Facebook. I could join,
Why don't you do Field?
That's for fucking threesomes and unicorns.
Just people that want different relationships.
What's that word for farmers only? Farmers only?
I got on that. Yeah, I got on that years ago. There was like nobody.
Oh.
There was like the nearest person
What about
was like
silver
Nebraska.
singles?
Oh, fuck you.
Wait, hold on. She's surprised that farmers weren't close to her. Do you understand the proximity and size of farms?
Whatever. There was like no one anywhere near me.
I wonder if there's one for cousins.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I bet you that shit's a buzzing. Yeah, you just have to lie and say you're somebody's cousin and break their heart and say, I'm just the person you're not going to mangle your chromosomes with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a rough one. But maybe you start looking at the cousins. Not your cousins,
Oh.
but people that are, because they'll be like, oh, she's hot and I don't have the shame of dealing with my cousin.
Okay.
It's a
If
whole
there's
new
a
market.
website for that, I'll find it. And
Black
so
people meet?
I will. Yeah. My colleague met her husband on Black People Meet, and he's white.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, "What?" She goes, "Yeah. If you want to meet Black people, you go on there, but you don't have to be Black." And I was like,
Wait, but like, isn't that
First of all,
cultural
color me
appropriation? Like, you guys are
I thought-
taking our one website and
I
using it for
know.
white people.
I thought it was
meet?
weird, and so yeah, he
can't do
snatched
that.
up this beautiful Black woman.
Huh.
I thought it was crazy as well.
That's insane.
I know.
It's part of Trump's anti-DEI
Yes.
initiative.
Trump's gonna have him at the next inauguration.
I guess I could get on that site, but I don't think people will be very happy about it.
You could get on Black People Meet. There's Black men that want to meet. You want to meet Black? There's
But
a
then
ton
I'm
of
taking
interracial.
those Black men away from Black women. Black
yeah,
women
but those
don't
Black
like
women
that.
aren't gonna message you, and if they do, we'll put them on the cast.
All right, Chris, what are your final
I
thoughts?
think we've said enough here.
Yeah.
I would like to thank all the cousin fuckers out there for the content, though. Thanks much.
They're gonna be in Congress a lot. We do not wish to be called cousin fuckers anymore. We
bad.
want to be called first priority family. Yo, you guys, we appreciate you guys. And we appreciate you tuning in. Not just that this is a podcast about life.
It's a podcast about interviewing to be a supervisor at Starbucks. Bye, guys.